Hello everybody, this is Johns Hopkins with Baltimore Heritage, and we're back with another of our 5-Minute Histories videos. And today I'm downtown at Saratoga and Charles Street, and I'm inside a shop that's been downtown for 90 years, the Peanut Shop. And I wish that you were here. There are cases full of gorgeous looking nuts, but what is really spectacular is the aroma, the fresh roasted peanut aroma. Now there are lots of foods that have good smells, but there is something about roasted peanuts that transcends worlds, and I'm telling you right now, I am in heaven. Come on down when you can. Today we're going to talk about the Peanut Shop, and I'm thrilled I'm going to be joined by its owner, Bonnie Seibel. She has not been the owner all 90 years, but for a good many years. But before I turn it over to Bonnie, let me just say a word or two about peanuts and roasted peanuts. Now, we human beings have been domesticating peanuts for 7,500 years, started in Peru. That's what the peanut geneticists tell us. The archaeologists tell us about the ancient Incans were putting peanuts, images of peanuts on their pottery. So peanuts became an important part of our diet. First recorded instances of peanuts were from the conquistadors, the Spanish who came to the New World. They got here and recorded peanut vendors at local markets all over the place. We in America got our peanuts via Africa. Enslaved people, when they were brought over, brought some of their local culinary traditions and foods with them, including peanuts. And we started growing and eating peanuts in a little bit of a way back in the 1700s. By about 1800s, we were growing peanuts, but mostly for livestock. Things changed a little bit during the Civil War, when if you were a soldier on either side, odds are your rations included peanuts as a source of protein. But then things changed dramatically with that flamboyant showman P.T. Barnum. As his Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus crisscrossed the country, its acrobats and its wild animals, its showmen and its sideshow performance, also were vendors with peanuts, hawking, come get your hot roasted peanuts, take inside the big tent with you. And that began America's craze with peanuts. In small towns and big towns alike, by the early 1900s, you had peanut vendors plying the streets. You had peanut shops on the corners. You had peanuts sold at ball games. Here in Baltimore, we too were part of that peanut craze, following what George Washington Carver, the agricultural scientist from Tuskegee, was promoting. Peanuts were good for us. And in about 1930s, there was a new peanut shop opened up on Lexington Street here downtown called the Nut House. After a few years, it found itself doing very well. It was next to several big theaters, 10,000 seats each. And back then you could take peanuts into the theater with you. So it did great business. It became a franchise for Planters Peanuts. Do you remember that Mr. Planters peanut guy with the monocle who would walk around? We had one of those walking on Lexington Street handing out hot, freshly roasted peanuts. Apparently it only took a small sample for most people to run inside and get a full bag full. A couple of years later, one of its longtime employees, a woman named Sylvia Slifko, bought the shop and changed its name into the Peanut Shop. And a few years later, maybe a little bit more than a few, but a few years later, Bonnie Seibel took over, keeping it proverbially within the family, keeping that roasted peanut smell wafting over downtown now for going on 90 years. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Bonnie. We're all yours.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Seibel. I'm the owner of the Peanut Shop located at 222 North Charles Street. I bought the store 35 years ago from my aunt Sylvia Slifko. She owned and managed it for over 50 years. When I bought the store back in 1990, we were very busy. Lexington Street was the place to be. It was a lot of shopping. We had CSX, BG&E, Verizon, a lot of office people. We moved from Lexington Street 21 years ago. We've seen a lot of change, especially in 2008, and then COVID, so we don't have as much walk-in traffic as we used to, but it's starting to build up again. More and more people are hearing about us and realizing where we are, and we're on the 5th generation of some families that still come in here, bring their grandkids in, and we also sell our products to other businesses, and that is a big help to us. And we are also featured in the live theaters downtown here, and we pre-package things we ship all over the country. Our peanut roaster is over 100 years old. It was originally a coffee roaster back in the late 1800s, and then when planters bought the stores, they put all their Mr. Peanut and their emblem on it, and it still runs every day, 6 days a week. The roaster is cast iron, so you light it, there's no temperature control. You just wait for it to get, by touch, a certain temperature. You dump the peanuts in it, and we do raw, half raw, light, medium roast, well done, and dark. So out of one roast, we might get 4 or 5 different kinds of peanuts. And there's no set time for them. It all depends on how many you put in there, if it's new crop. And you just keep, after say maybe 20 minutes, you check them to see where they're at, and you might pull out half raw or a light, or do all regular roast. Next time you're downtown, I hope you stop in and see us. We're located at 222 North Charles Street. You can also go on our website, peanutshopbemore.com. We're also on Facebook. Or you can give us a call. We ship all over the country. We'll be happy to help you.